Hello, my dear children. Hope you all are going well. Today we will discuss some activities. So, all of you take your English text and take page number 90. Look, activity 3. In this activity, you are asked to prepare a list of root words and their antonyms using the prefixes on, in, dis, etc. Shall we discuss that? First of all, we will start with the antonyms starting with the prefix un. Un. Unfair, unusual, unlucky, uninteresting, etc. are the antonyms starts with the prefix un. Now, shall we go through the antonym starts with the prefix im? Immature, immortal, impossible, immobile, impatient, etc. are the antonyms starts with the prefix im. Next, we will go through the antonym starts with the prefix in. Insecure, incorrect, indirect, incredible, and inappropriate. These are some of the antonyms that starts with the prefix in. Now, some antonyms are given here that starts with the prefix dis. They are disagree, disconnect, disable, disapprove, disqualify. These are the antonyms that starts with the prefix dis. Students, you can find out some other words in addition to this. Okay. So hope you all understood this activity. Students, shall we move on to the next activity? So all of you take the next page. Look at activity 4. I'll read the question. All of you listen carefully. Look at the following sentence from the story. The little sister went too and stood by him watching while he painted. The underlined words in the above sentences are action words and they are in the past tense form. Read the text and find out how the action words make their past forms from the root word. Do you see any fixed pattern in forming the past in the case of a majority of words? What do you call such words? Students, here the words given in bold are action words. They are in past forms. Which are the words? Went, stood, and painted. Students, do you know there are regular verbs and irregular verbs? Before going to this activity, you should know what are regular verbs and what are irregular verbs. So let's know about that. Regular verbs. Words which formed by adding ed at their end are called regular verbs. For example, look, looked, finish, finished, play, played. Next one, irregular verbs. A verb in which the past tense is not formed by adding the usual ed at the end is called irregular verbs. For example, stand, stood, come, came, feel, felt. Students, hope you got an idea about regular verbs and irregular verbs. Students, some examples of regular verbs are given here. The V1, V2 and V3 form of some verbs are given here. Here, V1 is the base form and V2 is past simple. V3 is the past participle of the verb. Now I'll read it one by one. Accept, accepted, accepted. Act, acted, acted. Behave, behaved, behaved. Hunt, hunted, hunted. Identify, identified, identified. Ignore, ignored, ignored. Imagine, imagined, imagined. Students, now you have to identify some other examples of regular verbs from the text. That's a homework for you. Now shall we go through some V1, V2 and V3 forms of some irregular verbs? Here, 3 columns are given here. V1 is the base form of the verb. V2 is past simple and V3 is the past participle of the verb. Now I'll read it one by one. Beat, beat, beaten. Become, became, become. begin, began, begun. Feel, felt, felt.
Fight, fought, fought.
Mean, meant, meant. Meet, met, met. Hope you understood about irregular verbs. Students, now can you identify some other examples for irregular verbs from the text? This one is also a homework for you.